What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Abbott Elementary, you guys, season 3, episode 9, you guys. So you guys know we have 14 episodes this season. This episode is titled Alex. Now, before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I'll need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode of Abbott Elementary, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode, it opens up and we see, as I believe that they were in the gymnasium, and so we see the kids, they are so into their telephones. Even Ava is into her telephone, and Barbara and Melissa are talking about how the kids are not really socializing, and they talked about how they used to socialize, right? Like with the Miss Mary Matt, all dressed in black, that kind of thing. So they did. So Barbara and Melissa did that, and the little girls were like, "Oh, we have something like that." The one that they did, I was like, "Oh, it was a little dark." It was a little dark. I was like, "Okay." So we see Gregory. Y'all, this scene, I didn't know whether to laugh or to be, I don't know how I felt about this scene. Because one of Gregory's students came up to him. She said, "Mr. Eddie, my tooth is loose." She said, "What should I do? Should I chew it like I did the last one?" I was like, "Oh, no. Baby, don't chew on your teeth. Like, take it out, put it somewhere, give it to your mama and your daddy, give it to somebody, but don't chew your teeth, baby." Ooh. But the reason why Gregory isn't paying attention is because you guys remember that last episode that we had where that man came up to Gregory. Well, Gregory he's working on a proposal. And then Janine's sub came in because one of her students has missed class. And then after that teacher left, the little girl told Gregory she swallowed her tooth. I was like, "Oh, Gregory, you weren't paying attention to your student, and the baby done swallowed her damn tooth." Oh, no. There's a new episode of Quiet on the Set that I gotta watch. Okay. So yeah, Gregory, no. So let's pause it, you guys, and move forward. Now we move over to the district, and Keegan Michael Key's character came into Janine's office, and she didn't know how to react to that. And so he was letting her know that she was getting thanked for her library program. And then he came in to let her know that he is impressed with her work, and that once her fellowship is over, he feels like Janine will be a good asset to the district. So he wants to offer her a full-time position there. Now, it didn't sound like it came with a pay increase or nothing like that. So, but if you are someone who loves what you do, like especially educators, if you love teaching kids, if you love being able to help, then you'll do this job without the benefit, without good benefits and without adequate pay, right? Which I definitely believe that teachers deserve more money than what they get. And so we next move over to Jacob. So Jacob is talking to his class, and so there's a software that they have gotten now that can determine if a paper or anything is written using AI. So he pulled off some things, and it said 3%, 2%. Even one of his students, he was like, "See, I told you that I didn't plagiarize that." He said, "I used Wikipedia for the resources." I was like, "Not Wikipedia. That's not a good resource, son. I want you to know that. Like, Wikipedia, anybody can get on there and make up stuff. So Wikipedia, not 100% effective or good for you." And Jacob said, I kind of knew that because you got a D. I was like, "Damn, Jacob, you have to bust a little boy's bubble." So Jacob then pulled up this thing that Barbara had sent him, and it was 99% AI generated. I was like, "Damn." And one of the students was like, "She must hate your ass." He was like, "Don't cuss." And I was like, "Exactly, don't cuss." So Jacob went to a meeting that Janine is supposed to be at, but Janine is late, right? And so he is basically letting Barbara know that, yeah, so that email that you sent me, I found out that it was 98, 99% AI. And Melissa was like, Barbara. And he was like, you can't talk either because I found one of yours and it was 100%. I was like, damn. Guess who told him about doing this? Ava. I was like, only Ava. Now, let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. So, let's see, you guys. We move on. So, we see Gregory. So, Gregory, the little boy's name that is missing class, his name is Alex, right? Which is the name of the episode. So, at this point, Alex has 7 absences. And the lady in the front office let Gregory know because he said it's actually 8. Today makes 8. And she's like, oh, 8. So she's like, if he gets 2 more, then he'll have to go to truancy court and he'll be held back. And so Gregory asked her, like, have you guys called us home? And they have called us home. And then we see Janine. So Janine finally showed up to the meeting and she told them about the district offering her the full-time position, and she let them know that she's going to be taking it. Everybody, and I mean everybody, was, happy for her. Barbara was happy for her. Jacob was happy for her. Melissa was happy for her. Barbara, Jacob, and Melissa all got up to hug her. Ava, however, was happy because she gets to replace Janine. I was like, oh, what the hell? That's all she was happy about, was replacing her. Now, moving back over to Gregory with Alex. Alex still isn't at school, so they called his home and his grandmother answered the phone and the TV was loud in the background and you could hear The Price is Right. So she's letting them know that, oh, he's at home with me and he's watching The Price is Right with me, and they're like, he should be at school. And she's like, oh, he's fine. I was like, no, ma'am, he's not fine. He should be at school, not watching The Price is Right. Man, I miss my grandmother so much because that is something before I started school. That is something me and my grandmother used to do all the time. Like back in the day, my grandmother and I used to watch like all the daytime talk shows. We watched all the daytime talk shows on Fox. So if you guys remember, in a specific period of time, we used to watch all the daytime talk shows, the morning talk shows on Fox. We used to watch The View on ABC because if you guys don't, so she had a TV in the living room, she had a TV in her bedroom, she had a TV in another bedroom, so you could have them on different channels, right? But we would watch Fox, we would watch ABC because we would watch the soap operas. Oh my God, because she wasn't an NBC soap opera girl. She wasn't a CBS soap opera girl. She was a ABC girl. She watched All My Children. She watched General Hospital. She watched ABC, All My Children, General Hospital, One Life to Live. And I know she used to watch some of the ones that were canceled back in the day, like Ryan's Hope and all that kind of stuff. Things that I never watched, but yeah. So I definitely remember watching The Price is Right with my grandmother in the heat of the night. Oh my God. Sally, Montel, Ricky Lake. Who else, you guys? It's a whole lot of them. It was a whole. It's a whole lot of them. But so I thought about my grandmother in a particular moment. But but the lady's like, he's watching Price is Right with her, and he doesn't want to go to school because he misses his teacher. And when she said the teacher, I realized she wasn't saying Janine's name correctly, but I was like, I think he misses Janine. So let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. Now, Barbara and Melissa, they are trying to talk to Jacob, but at this point, Jacob is still pissed off with them at this current moment. But they did eventually apologize to him, and they said that they'll do their best to respond to him. So then we see Gregory. Gregory called Janine up to let her know about Alex, and he said that he wants to go over to Alex's home. And Janine is like, that's not part of, that's not something that we're supposed to do. But he told her that they called to the house. Grandmother heard bits and pieces. I don't think the grandmother heard bits and pieces. I think the grandmother heard what she wanted to hear, because later in the episode, we'll get to it in a little bit. But he did tell Janine that, you know, his grandmother said that he misses his old teacher. He said, I think it's me. She said, I think it's me. Now, we move over to Ava. Ava is interviewing for the position of Janine. So she lists off some qualifications, which are all great qualifications. Minus the ones where she said, if you're shorter than 5'5", overachiever, and all these kind of things. She said, "Yep, step forward," and it was like everybody except for one guy who stepped forward. Then she's like, "Okay, you almost got the job, but I need to know, do you have some kind of a belt buckle?" And lo and behold, the man had the belt buckle, and he was out there running. So then we see Janine and Gregory as they went over to Alex's home. The grandmother, like I said, wasn't really much of a help because she's like, "Oh, he's just in there watching The Price is Right with me." So Janine saw Alex and she said, "Can we come in?" And so they went in, and he was watching The Price is Right with his grandmother. Grandma can hear because he was like, "You know, you haven't been at school, so I don't want to go to school." And they were like, "That's not how it works. You have to go to school, right?" And so he asked, "When are you coming back?" And Gregory was like, "Oh, you know, her fellowship is almost up, and so she's going to be coming back soon." And she's like, "Yeah, the meeting that we had this morning, I let everybody know that I accepted a full-time position at the district." And they were both like, "Huh?" And then grandma was like, "She said she just took a position full-time with the district." I said, "I knew she could hear." That woman was just playing, y'all. Because then at one point, the lady was over there acting like she was asleep. And Gregory was like, because they asked Alex, what does he want to be when he grow up? He said he wants to go into a game show. All right, you guys, my bad. So they were telling him that in order for him to do the game show, that he needs to do this and this and this and that at school. And Greg was like, "Yeah, maybe one day you can go in there and you can win your grandmother a new refrigerator." She's like, "He can win me a Kia." I was like, she won sleep. Grandma was just playing, y'all, at this point, right? So we moved back over. At one point, Mr. Johnson went to Jacob because Mr. Johnson had written, you know, so what this thing that but Jacob had wanted for Melissa and Barbara to write on, he actually had Mr. Johnson do it. So Mr. Johnson he went in there to his room to ask him to read it and give him a response back, right? So he gave him a response back. The response was all AI. So Mr. Johnson was getting on to Jacob, and then Melissa and Barbara were like, "Wait a minute, so you came at us, but you did the same thing to Mr. Johnson." And then we met the new teacher that Ava hired. Ava hired the woman because she reminds her a little bit of herself. And then that was pretty much the end of the episode. We did see as Janine got her paperwork at the district that she needed to sign. I think Janine is having a little bit of regret now about going and working at the district. We'll see how this is going to play out. And that was the episode of, this was Abbott Elementary, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your post notifications on. Turn your post notifications on. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video, you guys. Bye.